Hello, I'm Justin and welcome to Quebec City. Check this out. Welcome to French Canada! Yes guys, this is Justin of the Ottawa Expositor. Sometime in early February, I'm not sure when I'm going to release this, but this is Quebec City, and we're within, actually, well, we're standing on the fortifications of Vieux Québec, and within here is actually the old city, and it's actually just amazing architecture, all that kind of stuff, with the exception of this. I don't know if you guys can see it now, but this Vatican flag here that's flying. That's actually a Jesuit building. I'll show it to you sometime in the future. We're going to be doing actually our occult city in this very town. So it's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks or whatnot. But for now, let me just show you around, and I'm going to start telling you a little bit about myself. And over here is the Parliament building. We're actually going to we're going to zap right over there right now because there's a protest going on. And this is the government building here right next. This is the carnival. I just figured you'd see this before we just got out of the crowd and I talked to you a little bit further, but I just wanted to show you this one thing. It's really cool. It's completely made out of ice. They have like some structure put into it, but it's pretty sweet. This is the carnival guy. There it is. Alright, cool. We're gonna move on to the wall and we'll have a chat. Hey, so this is actually a different day. I did all the recording last time and it showed up that it was too cold for it to work properly on the last video, so it was like the bulk of it. Anyways, we have another beautiful day up on the rampart, on the city walls. You can actually see the mountains that are in the distance. That's pretty gorgeous. And right now we're in the middle of the carnival once again. Down here is a very old artillery place. This is actually a National Historic Site. And it has 3 different buildings, and one of the buildings is from France when it was New France, and then the second building that you see on the right is when it was British control, and then over here on the left is when it went over to Canadian powers. Anyways, so I figured I'd make this video just kind of show you what I've been up to lately, and I am here. This is called Place Duville, and I'll show you now in a moment. These are our cannons that are actually looking outside the walls. So anyways, I figured I'd make this video just to kind of explain why I am making the videos that I do and what kind of led me there. And I'll just do a basic thing, but I really kind of want to include everybody in on a conversation on it, and they can certainly tell me their own personal stories. And this is Place Duville skating rink. It's awesome here. So anyways, I guess when I was a kid, I was always inquisitive and always kind of challenging my teachers at the least. It was to definitely the annoyance of them as well as others, so I feel bad for that, but I just couldn't stop asking questions if I couldn't understand something. And a lot of people are kind of afraid to do that, and sometimes I suffered certain consequences because of it. Whatever. And just growing up, I guess everybody thinks they know that they know it all. If something's wrong, I guess. So I guess part of it you can attribute to that, but I really did feel something was a little bit messed up in the world. Sorry guys, it's really windy. And I guess when I got out of high school, I was like, I don't know, 19 or whatever, 18, 19, and I just became a server right away. And I started like drinking a lot, and I actually became an alcoholic. And for years I was kind of just, you know, doubting myself and all that kind of stuff, and what I was doing. And I didn't really have any type of purpose or anything like that, just drinking away my tips and my wage money and stuff like that, and not really doing all that much. And I finally just started hurting too many people and thinking I was, because I am intelligent, that I was better than others because I was smart. And that's always a shitty way to go about life. And so anyways, I guess what kind of got me to being spiritually awakened was I found this banner on Mormonism. It was an ad online, and it was like all the questions to the big questions to life. It was like, we have the answers, come to us. So I kind of jokingly went over there, and I ordered a Bible because, you know, it was kind of still a partial joke. And at the other hand, it was like, well, it couldn't hurt to have a Bible. So they ended up at my door, actually, about 4 hours later, that I made the order online. And sure enough, it was missionaries. And after about 3 months of cynicism, I did join the Mormon church. And though it didn't take long for me to realize that it wasn't for me, and I certainly didn't believe in it, there was an element of mind control that I experienced. And I knew that it was very real, the mind control, even though I knew the difference of certain things that are false about the church. You know, there would be a part of me that would want it to be true because I thought that it could make my life better, you know, and that it would actually, you know, solve my problems. Like, I wouldn't drink if there was a rule about drinking. Well, I tell you, that actually works the complete opposite. And I was more spiritually dead in Mormonism than I ever had been. And when I left and during. So after a while, I completely left, and I started doing all I could to research what was wrong with that church. And I started to realize that it wasn't just the Mormon church, that the symbology in their temples and their doctrines are very, very resemblant to that of Masonry. And then you realize that it was derived from it, and that many, if not most, of the religions that are out there derive from the same powers that are controlling Masonry, Mormonism, Catholicism, and all these different cults, religions, whatever you want to call them. That's what they are. And then I guess what happened from there? Then around 2011, I got caught up in the Occupy movement. And I mean, you could say what you want about Occupy. I think I truly believe it was controlled opposition, like a release valve to get protesters to stop protesting so much, or at least have something to blame protesters for, and to create the divide. So, I mean, like, I understand that, but I learned so much about the economic and the fractional reserve system and all the problems that bankers, or that the current banking system that we have is causing on the world today, and then their foreign policies were related to it. So I started, after about a year or so of that, I started making the connection between bankers and the occult symbolisms, as it was in all these different logos that you see. It's everywhere, man. And you can't get away from it. You know, once you're awake, you're completely, you can't stop noticing it. It's everywhere, man. And so I still couldn't truly understand what was going on. I couldn't, though I was starting to make the link, I didn't understand its importance or why they would be doing this on so many fronts. And maybe I still don't today. I mean, frig, who knows anything, you know? But I guess in about 2012, I had one of the last drinks that I would have, even though I did relapse again. But before there any relapse or anything like that, I had a blackout drunk that pretty much just changed my life. I had already asked spirituality, the God, to show me a sign, and as that blackout happened, I was able to reflect on myself a little bit, finally I was open to looking at reading what the Bible actually teaches. Even though I was Mormon for about 2 years on and off, I didn't really read the Bible, and when I did, I was able to see parts of myself that I couldn't normally see, but I could pick up on it right away once it was told to me. And as with cults, it would pick out the reasons why this was so wrong, that you saw it being so wrong, but you didn't know how to explain it. So becoming born again was what truly opened my eyes. And this was around September of 2012, and I thank the Lord for that. And then 3 months later or so, Sandy Hook happened, and we started connecting. I started connecting through Jeff C. and Team Wake 'em Up and a bunch of different channels, and started realizing how evil the satanic forces are that are trying to take down humanity. And as I was in the middle of a relapse of drinking when I was starting to come to this realization. It was truly starting to surface to me. But I couldn't wait. After I became sober once more, that was in October of 2013. It was just a couple months later that I had to find something to fulfill my time, and I was sick of talking about this New World Order with all my friends and people who did not want to hear it, as important as it is. So I made this channel, and here I am today, and there's 3,200 of you or something, and I thank each and every one of you for subscribing, and I really appreciate you listening to everything I have to say, and I hope you enjoyed this. Hi. It's really cold. It's like minus 30, so I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna get going. If you have any questions, please feel free. I would love to speak with you further and answer anything at all about me and why I'm doing this, and any other questions you might have. So thank you so much for listening, and have a great day. Thank you for watching. None of these videos would have been possible without the support of this community. Please subscribe to watch more videos like this, send me your feedback, and share this with whom you can. The Ottawa Expositor is a grateful member of Max Resistance and Free Radio Revolution. All links, including material references, provided below.